Live on a Thursday, Rewatchers Council is back talking Buffy the Vampire Slayer, talking a monumental episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer this week. And when I say monumental, I mean we needed to bring in Ferris Muthana. Ferris, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing good, Rob. I was very excited. I heard a lot about this episode. People saying it's the best, and you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's right up there. Yeah, it's well, and I would say as in the best episodes, yes, of course. As in one of the most important episodes, yes, of course, one of the most important episodes. Also,
Hey,
hey,
Delia.
hey, hey to Delia as well. It's the 100th episode extravaganza this week, Ferris. Remember when getting to 100 episodes
Oh,
of a
Rob, they got
show?
Rob. Oh, there's Rob. He back.
I'm back. Oh, is that the problem with me? I look
Oh,
fine.
I don't know. Was it me?
I
I
don't.
don't. I thought it was you. If it
Nope.
was me, my bad.
Yeah, I think yours is kind of blinking in and out.
Oh, my apologies. All right,
You're okay.
sorry.
You're okay.
Do your thing. Do your
Now,
thing.
how dare you? I'm just kidding. So, do you remember, like back in the day, 100 episodes was a huge deal
Yeah.
because 100 episodes meant syndication. You get that
Yep.
syndication money. Now it
Yes.
doesn't matter. I don't
Yep.
think it matters at all. They're just like, oh, we only got 16 episodes. Netflix will buy it. We're gonna make some
Mm-hmm.
money off of this somewhere, but yeah, I think these guys may. Well, I'm not sure how it still works or whatever with making residuals and stuff like that, but I'm sure it's not quite as much as it used to be when these regular stations used to be able to buy this up and play. Like here,
Yeah.
we play much music all the time. Much music we used to play Buffy the Vampire Slayer up here all the
The music rights as well as the channels that there were channels that had original programming, but there's also channels that they did the reruns, right? Like a lot of people didn't watch certain shows on certain things. Like I remember Friends was on NBC, but
right
I never watched it on NBC. I watched it on Nickelodeon,
because
Nick at Night.
you were a zygote when
Exactly.
Friends
Yes.
came on.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
even you weren't even a zygote in your father's eye
Exactly.
when
So
Friends
like a
first
lot
started.
of the Nick at Night stuff, where other shows they got a lot of reruns, Family Matters, Home Improvement, Friends, George Lopez, they were on Nick at Night because Nick at Night was like, we need something to fill the programming at night because the kids are asleep. How do we fill that programming? We'll do for the adults, the sitcoms and stuff. So like, yeah, a lot of the old cartoons like Boomerang. I don't know if you remember Boomerang. I don't know if Boomerang was a thing in Canada, but like in America, there was a thing called
I like how
Boomerang.
I like how it's an old cartoon and it's so far past me that I never even heard
Yeah.
of it.
So
Like yeah.
no, Boomerang was a channel, Rob. So it's a channel.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So Boomerang was a channel that aired old Hanna Barbera cartoons. Like
Nice.
yeah, all the like they did the
Captain
Hanna Barbera.
Caveman.
Yeah, yeah, stuff like
Hmm.
that. So they were channels that they did the rerun stuff. Nowadays, those channels died, man. They're gone. People don't do cable no more. It's pretty sad.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Let's speak. You brought up an interesting point because one of those channels that very much relied a lot on syndication because they didn't have very much in terms of their own programming that really started to pick up because they had a certain show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Yeah.
also Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
The WB for
Mm-hmm.
sure was a huge buyer of syndicated programming, especially during the day. And they buy up like all the talk shows and all those kind of things,
Again,
the
is that
current
me?
affairs, all
Oh,
the things like that. Yeah, that was you.
that was
Now,
me. Okay. Okay. Now we know. Now we
yeah,
know it's me.
it was the speaker says Adelia Muthana. Adelia Muthana.
Okay.
Guys, I never knew. Now,
Yeah.
this would be the end of an era, not just for the show, is the 100th episode, stuff like that, especially what happens at the end. This is the end of Buffy on the WB. This episode was written just as like a series finale would be. It would serve as a series finale. There, when it came down to it, when they came into the season, they had no other deal going at the time
Mm-hmm.
to continue on the series. Eventually, as in we're dealing with the season 5 finale, and it runs 7 seasons. Obviously, it's going to end up somewhere else, and we're going to talk about that more next episode. But For this one, yeah, very much. They said like even the mood on set was very much not like a season wrap. It felt like a series wrap. There was crying, there was people hugging each other and stuff like that. They very much, yeah, at times thought this was going to be the end.
Was this at the point of the merger?
This is UPN had just started up.
Okay.
UPN is going to be the ones to buy it, but I'm not sure why it came to an end with the WB. But
Oh,
you
okay.
offered them an awful lot of money. I believe it's a neighborhood of like for them $2.3 million an episode, which was
Ooh,
much
that's
more than
pretty
they were
good.
making
Pretty
over
good.
at the WB. So yes, so it's going to have the WB is going to keep the repeats going right through until it debuts season 6 on another network, and then that's it, which makes things awkward because they kept a certain other show on the WB while this is going.
Oh yeah, the other show.
Yeah, there's a show going on. So yeah, they still cross. They still cross over a little bit. One character from the other show comes onto this show much more. But as for the cross promotions, and the lead-ins and stuff like that, it's all over after this. So let's get into the gift. Original air date May 22nd of 2001. Written and directed by Whedon. The last time he did this was The Body. I believe he's only going to do it a couple more times throughout the rest of the series. The number one movie in your United States of America, big one for you guys. Start of a huge franchise. Shrek was the number
Oh,
one
oh,
movie.
nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah,
The
nice.
number one song, "All for You" by Janet Jackson. It was the biggest number one song that year, which is bananas. Bananas. UK, it's "Raining
Have I
Man" by
heard that
Jerry
song?
Halliwell. "All for
Okay.
You." I'm sure you have. I'm sure you
Mm.
have. Yeah, we have to also be careful if we start
Jerry
singing.
Hall. Did you say Jerry Halliwell?
Her version of "It's Raining Man," number one in the UK. Oh yeah,
That's one of the Spice Girls, right? That's one
that's
of the Spice Girls, right?
That's Ginger
That's Ginger.
Spice.
Okay, that's Ginger. All right, cool.
That's Ginger Spice. Number one song in Canada, "Days Like That" by Sugar Jones. Sugar Jones was the Canadian version of the Pop Stars. And unlike the American one, where it had that one girl that went on to Pussycat Dolls and stuff like that, this one basically had nobody
Mm.
else. And so they had their little moment, and there you go. Thank you for showing up,
For any
Sugar Jones.
F1 fans, you'll know Jerry Halliwell as the wife of former president of Red Bull Racing, Christian Horner.
I think if it comes down to it, that we have to explain who Jerry Halliwell is to people. I'm gonna go home and cry myself to sleep
You know
tonight.
how these new generations are, Rob. They don't know the legends, so we got to educate them.
It's
Jerry
true.
Halliwell, part of one of the greatest groups, period, in the world.
Well, one of the biggest movements. Yeah,
Yeah,
it transcended stuff.
it made
Uh,
Rob spice up his life.
a little bit, a little
Yeah,
bit. Yeah,
he started adding, like cardamom on stuff.
yeah. I got a little zig a zig.
Ah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. DVD
Uh,
summary time.
I
DVD
miss you, Rob.
summary time. Refusing to believe that killing Dawn is the only way to save the universe, Buffy prepares to do battle against Glory and finally realizes the true meaning of her gift. Now, they've been talking about this for a while. You're going to get you even get a huge montage about it. It's like they've been telling you what is going to happen to this. And it's also, Whedon's favorite thing. He loves to kill himself a character. And if he could actually get away with killing his main character, wow. What a coup for him. Like, the only reason, like, Joyce was supposed to leave earlier. He wanted her to stick around just so he could kill her. Like, yeah, he's a character killer guy. So there you go. Now, uh, starting off, I usually don't ever bring this up, but the previously on, this is the best previously on you get in the entire series,
Hmm.
because it basically starts at the beginning, has everybody when they meet and stuff like that going through. I absolutely love it, and it's just rapid fire, little quick bits, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, fantastic, and leading to a bit of a throwback. here at the beginning for the cold open. We got Buffy in an alley saving a boy from a vampire, like the only vampire in Sunnydale that is yet to hear from or hear about the Slayer. It seems, he isn't going to be able to remember it.
A new vampire, man. It's a new booty right here.
So a little new cold blood in Sunnydale. Doesn't last long. He becomes a pile of dust quite quickly. I do like the when she says, "Have you ever heard these?" And saying, "Have you heard Vampire Slayer? Have you ever heard?" Ouch! Out! Oh my God! My leg! And then cracks his leg, which is fun. Throws her around a little bit, but this is Buffy. This is her, series season finale. She's gonna whip this guy's ass, dust him, and then that guy's like, "Oh yeah, but you're just a girl." The classic, the mission statement of the shows. And this is, that's what I keep saying. Perfect for Buffy. So, we get back in, and she's going to go, she's just outside of the magic shop, for God's sake, the magic box. So, she goes back in, and it's like, oh, what was that? It was just a vampire. This is the point where it's come to in Buffy. When it's just a vampire, it's like, they don't even worry at all about this. Nobody does. Oh, it's just a vampire. It's like, it's just an ant. No, just like an ant under their shoe. Well, compared to what they've been going against this season, for sure. So, now you've caught up with the series. You've been watching it. You've seen the finale. I gotta say, they have all these ancient texts about portals, and every single one says that Glory's gonna need the blood of the key to open the gates of hell, right? Why would these monks make Dawn the key? Why wouldn't you make it? What can't bleed? A rock. Make the rock a key. Can you get blood out of a rock, Ferris?
No.
Just like you could put some googly eyes on it. You could make it a cute, like a pet.
Why not?
Rock,
Why not?
in the 70s.
Why not make it a plushie?
Why not make it a plushie?
Oh, but then you can cut the plushie and put the stuff of the plushie. That's true. Why not make it?
You have to shake the fluff out.
Yeah.
Like
you know what, Rob? You know what?
When the fluff is done, that's when the gates.
You know what, Rob? Make it a clock. No one messes with clocks. Clock is a clock. It's just a clock.
Right.
Boom.
But
make it a grandfather clock too.
I would say a digital clock.
Too big to move.
I would say a digital clock, just because you don't want to. Those little hands can get a little scratchy. You know what I mean? You don't want anybody.
Oh, that's true, and it can move. Yeah, digital clock. Yeah.
Plus, have the glass cover on it and stuff like that. Come on.
And it's really cool looking, and they may steal it anyway. That is true.
That's
a
true.
Digital clock. You're right. Digital clock.
They're gonna put it over by their fireplace, maybe. Invite some friends over. Have a whiskey by the fire. Just check out my grandfather clocks. He's also the key to keeping the universe intact and not sending us to hell. But don't tell anybody. If any strangers come up, just don't say it. For God's sakes, the last thing you should do. Spike has a big soliloquy about blood. He gets kind of gross there near the end when he's talking about how blood makes you hard, and he says it real slow. It's like, okay, buddy, relax. We're in a vampire. It's like, get a cold shower. I don't think that would do a damn thing to a cold-blooded person or thing, in this case. And also, so throughout all this, Giles has a point that Buffy doesn't want to not only listen to, but even just, acknowledge. Dawn might have to be killed here. And it's gotten to the point where he gets, not frustrated. He gets angry with her. And this has to be the first, just going through the old head of Rolodex, first time he ever gets mad at Buffy. Maybe the only time he ever gets mad at Buffy. But,
you can definitely feel, Rob, when we were talking about earlier, series finale-esque, you could feel it. Oh, yeah. People are doing stuff because, people are acting like it's the end. So, because that's why, people, like you said, a little out of character. He yelled at her, so, you could feel the sense and the vibe that we're at the end.
Yep. This this episode foreshadows a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to go on here. I'm just talking a bit of foreshadowing. She's going to go on about how Dawn is a part of her. Like the monks made her out of me here. Like she's already dropping to what's going to happen, you guys. She says it right at the beginning. Now, people are so for killing Dawn. All the Scoobies are there. They all love Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Giles is gonna say that's not your sister, but all these people, all they know is that Dawn is Buffy's sister. They can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no memories of her not being there anymore, right? They're for killing Dawn. They are not for killing Ben. Xander brings up, why don't we kill Ben? It's like, oh, he's not
And
an innocent, but he's innocent enough. It's like you kill Ben, it's over. You
you know
kill
what?
Ben,
You
it's
know what?
over.
You know what, Rob?
Yeah,
I agree with Xander. First time I've ever agreed with the dude.
yeah,
He's right.
he was right.
He's right. He is
And
right.
yeah, Giles is sitting across from him, and they're like, oh, he's like, oh, we couldn't. Come on, this guy's, he's not exactly innocent, but it's not like he's the one
Yeah.
doing these things. And
It's a unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate circumstance.
yeah, he'd be collateral damage in saving the universe. It's like, oh, he isn't going to show up, anytime this close to the thing or whatever. And of course, he's there right away, giving Dawn,
Mm-hmm.
a dress to wear. I don't know. Also, how do they know what kind of give her a dress to wear at this bloody ceremony? Like she's so ancient. It should preclude any kind of medieval style dress she's supposed to wear. I don't know why she'd have to wear something
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous like this. Anyways, uh, Anya, during all of this, she's rallying the troops. It's like, we need ideas. Guys, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they start getting pissed at her, especially Spike. Then Giles goes on and says, "Oh, you're so full of ideas. What do you got?" Like challenging her, and she immediately says, "Oh, how about that Dagon sphere? Remember that thing from the very first episode there? You got this Dagon sphere you could use.
Mm-hmm.
She's supposed to repel her a little bit. You know what I mean? Monks used it. It was pretty good. Also, she has two things, by the way. We got Olaf." The troll god's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Questions for you. So Olaf is Anya's ex,
Yes,
and she's the one who turned him into a troll.
that is true.
How does he become a god?
I don't. I don't know. I still don't know. Did they? I
And
don't think
and
they
if
told
he
us.
is, and if he is, she's like they've already defeated a god and stole his hammer.
Is he the god of the trolls?
Yeah, it's said that's the troll's god, and to defeat a god, you use the weapon of a god. That's why they
Yes.
got this hammer. It's like he's a god.
So I guess
Uh,
he was the god troll or the troll god.
yeah, that's what she says. The troll god's hammer here. Olaf, the troll god. He got elevated by
Mm-hmm.
losing a fight to the Scoobies.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Also, it's nice that Buffy can just walk over to it and wield it like it's Mjolnir.
Yeah, it's true. She is Captain America.
She's she is worthy. I was thinking more like Vision. Maybe she'd be more like Vision.
Nah, I think it's more Captain America.
She could do this all day. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, she
Nice.
has.
Yes.
Look at it. Have we been watching the same episode, the same series, Rob, for the last?
Yeah, but she isn't chemically produced.
No, I know. That's
Oh,
why.
natural.
But Vision's not. Vision is a
Yeah, that she's all he's all
exactly. He's all computed. So the closest thing is Steve Rogers.
That's
He's a
true.
steroid user, but it's closest.
It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It was a medical experiment. Now,
Still steroid user.
yeah, I got a question. So Dawn could be a little annoying. She's a teenage little girl. Very headstrong. They want to, bleed her out, make it easy. Why not keep her unconscious? Why not gas her or something like that? Keep her knocked out. Make it easy on yourself. It's like Glory needed someone to yap to, I guess, that wasn't one of her minions. That wasn't totally bowing down to her, that she could complain about Ben or Buffy or whoever to. I don't know why she would complain about Buffy to poor Dawn and stuff like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like Dawn's going to take Glory's side in any of this. Ridiculous. Also, so when Ben comes, gives her the gown and stuff like that, and she's like, "You're a monster. I want Glory." All right, and just keep saying glory all the time, glory, glory, glory. I want glory, 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 and then doing her shrieking thing. And then he turns into glory. Would the opposite have worked just as well? Like if they got pissed because Glory's there. Oh no! It's like I want Ben. What? It's like I want Ben, 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 Ben. Would she have turned into Ben? I wonder if the opposite could be true.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it could be true. It's unpleasant. We're not going to ever find out. So now, Glory telling Dawn that if Buffy does show, it may not be to save her. Is good stuff. That is awesome. The little thing in there. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I thought Glory was so great. One of my favorite
Yeah.
characters in the entire show.
Tremendous final boss.
If we could only have gotten more Glory.
Yeah.
God damn. Anyways, no, yeah, I also think this is the only time that Giles is mentioned. Like we're gonna go back, and we're back at the danger
Mm-hmm.
room at the magic box. I think this is the only time Giles mentions that he swore to protect the world. I never heard him say anything like that before. Like his job isn't just watching Buffy, make sure she has the
Mm-hmm.
abilities and tools to save the world. He has sworn an oath to protect the world, the
Yes.
entire thing, not just
Yes.
make sure his ward is taken care of and stuff like that. But here's some also great foreshadowing
Mm-hmm.
by Giles here when he says he has to say and do things that other people can't or shouldn't have to. Now, he's saying that about Dawn to Buffy, like, he's saying it for the group, but also ultimately, what happens at the end, he does something that someone can't or shouldn't have to as well. There you go. That's just number 2 here. Now, Ben must have jumped into his head, of course, when he was mentioning this thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Xander put that little nugget out there. It's like, oh,
Absolutely. Yeah.
there's a little Ben thing. Also, she says, how many apocalypses is this to him? And he says, I think 6. He says, feels like 100. The 100 bit is good or whatever, seeing how it's
Mm-hmm.
the 100th episode. But the 6 apocalypse, I don't think that's quite right. Like I was just doing some quick looking around and say, what are the 6 and stuff like that. Of course, there's the one during the Zephyr that they don't
Mm-hmm.
even see. That was like the most dangerous one, supposedly. Then you got the Master, you have Angel, you have the Mayor. But one of the things they considered was Adam. Like, I just Adam and the apocalypse. I just don't get it. Adam was he was never a
Adam was
great
more
villain.
Adam was not an apocalypse guy. Adam was like scientist. He wanted to destroy the government because the government created him. It wasn't an apocalypse. It was government based hatred.
Well, he also wanted to make humans out of robot parts and stuff like that too. But
Yeah, so it
to
wasn't
do
really
the entire
apocalypse.
world, it would
Yeah,
be
it wasn't an apocalypse. It was more of a
reboot.
yeah. No, yeah. Let's go with that. He hated human beings. He didn't hate the world.
I don't know if he hated human beings. He just thought
Yeah.
they could be better.
Yes.
Yeah. With,
He
just
wanted and he wanted android homies.
yeah, and he wanted to stick some demon in them too, just for good measure. Little tribe rids, you know what I mean? Okay. Buffy at the end of this whole thing there, when she says that she wishes her mom was there, that hits harder than I think anything she did in the body. Like to me, just that one line where she just says, "I wish my mom was here." It's like, oh, okay, that I felt that one. I felt that one a lot. Now, how did anyone not notice, I should say, there's a rickety old version of the Eiffel Tower sprung up basically overnight in Sunnydale. And it's also been built by crazy people. And no, No one cares. No one cares at all.
Is it? Where is it?
It's
Is it like
outside
in?
Sunnydale.
Is it how far outside?
It might be inside. There's paved streets and stuff like that to get to it. They walk there. They walk there from the Magic Box. Of course, you can get everywhere in 5 minutes from in Sunnydale. It's the way the maps work there. Takes zero
Yeah.
time. But yeah, it's in Sunnydale. It's in some kind of scrapyard. It's super tall. No one else has noticed this thing. Anyways, I guess the people at Sunnydale have had a lot of things going on.
Mhm.
Some poor construction. The least maybe
I
the
think
least of
I
their
think,
worries.
bro. I think the cops and the people in Sunnydale, they're probably just like, you know what, man? I don't care, bro. Like
We
we
got
had our mayor was a demon goo that almost killed everybody at graduation.
yep.
You have random people that only wear leather and walk around at night. You know what I mean? So they're just like, you know what? Who cares that there's a rickety Eiffel Tower outside? Just let them be them.
It's just kids being kids. It's just kids being
Yeah.
kids. You know, as long as
Yeah.
no one's going to the top of this thing, everything
Mm-hmm.
should be fine. In their minds. Now, we're back at the Magic Box. Anya and Xander decide to make some good use out of their remaining moments. Here, their possible final moments. Now, I'm not sure how Willow found the time to fix that Buffybot, considering she's supposed to be a full-time student.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a mind melted girlfriend, her scoobly duties as well, and kept it all under wraps from everybody. And well, we can assume that Giles knew about the Buffybot and didn't say anything. Maybe it's only that Xander and Anya didn't know about the Buffybot, but it was sure nice to see the Buffybot. I can tell you that the Buffybot is fantastic. But Willow finding the time to learn
Mm-hmm.
how to learn robotics of all things. It's not like she could put it together with magic. You wouldn't think,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe she could put it together with magic. I don't think it's ever said like what it is or whatever. But we know that she's the one who can fix a robot there around there. Not as strange finding that Buffybot down there. In the pantheon of tools they've used to fight evil. Why would there be a stuffed bunny of all things?
Mm-hmm.
And, especially if Anya's the one who's been taking charge of like the inventory and the cash and stuff like that. Wow, a stuffed bunny just could make it through there, and then that sets her off on the whole omen bit. And then, well, Xander's got a little surprise for her here. The 20-year-old, guy who leads his own carpeting crew for construction and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and decent bowler, pops the question. Now, do you think this is a sly move by Xander? Say, if if everything goes
If we
south,
all if we all die, I want to die being known as your husband.
well, I think that he did it. Like if they all die, he doesn't have a commitment to follow up on.
That's a
You know
good
what I
point.
mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's like if everything does work out, then well, we'll see how things go with that. But yes, Willow's now planned a spell also. Got to get something done about
Mm-hmm.
good old Glory. So she has a spell. She's had one in the little chamber that she was working on, but unfortunately all this stuff happened with Tara. So it would either slow Glory down, maybe confuse her a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or explode their heads. Now, do you think a 33% chance of head destruction is good odds?
Mm-hmm.
You take those odds?
Try to skew it a little bit more in my favor,
Yeah.
but I'll take him.
I don't know if there's any way you could actually. I don't
Yeah.
know if there's any way you could actually, fix it that way. I think you have to just go on good old faith for this one. Now, when Tara slaps Willow just after this and says, she needs to work on the factors or whatever it is she says there, Then she starts tearing up, and you can tell, Tara's in there, just has zero control of anything she's doing. Another thing, another part that just gets you in the feels. Like, oh, there's Tara there. Good gracious. Now, they gather up like there's some kind of plan. They have to go and get some. They have to go get some weapons
Mm-hmm.
from Buffy's place. Takes Spike with her. Gets to the doorway. He can't go through. He's like, Buffy, this whole thing. Why don't you just
Excuse me.
why don't you just hand me the weapons? He's getting all Eeyore-ish about it. And she's like, you can come in, Spike. You've proven that you will never be some kind of an awful, disgusting creep to me ever.
The evolution of him.
Yeah, he's very
Yeah.
good with with Tara and her mom. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
come on in. Let's get you some axes or swords.
I
You
love me
know,
a good axe. I love me a good axe, man.
yeah. And this is when he's also the one that Buffy can level with when it comes to survival rates. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we're not all gonna make it here. You know that, right? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know that. We'll just go down fighting here, and he promises to protect poor Donnie to the end of the world. And then Buffy's going up the stairs. He does the whole I know you've never loved me, but you've always treated me like a man. And she's like, yeah, all right.
She just didn't care. She was like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
You know what? I got things to do
Yeah.
here, Romeo. For goodness sakes, get over yourselves. Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're gonna use Tara as a bloodhound, basically for glory. So they're gonna go outside. It's like, you know what? Just follow behind Tara, which is smart. Or you could have just looked up, just above, and probably seen a big, huge tower with lights on it. That wasn't there a day or two before, so would have been also a smart idea. But Tara starts pointing to Giles before they leave and saying, "You're a killer." You know, more foreshadowing. It's just they just like, here's what's gonna happen, guys. We're gonna keep saying it to you every 15 minutes, which is I just think odd. It's not like that she was saying like any of this before this episode. Anyways, we get
Mm-hmm.
finally over by the tower. They're like, you okay here, Willow? She's like, well, I could use some courage. And Spike whipping that flask out, toot sweet. One of my favorite moments of the entire episode. I just love how he just has it. It's like I was saying, like the actual courage. I would have said, this isn't gonna help. This isn't gonna hurt. You might
Mm-hmm.
as well take a swig here. Well, for God's sakes, But ever since the events of Beer Bad, you don't see much like this happening. Anyways, Glory is it. They get there. Tara's walking around for a second. Like, Tara's walking around for 1 second. That thing hasn't even found where the factors are, or whatever it is she's supposed to do. Glory's right there. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, I remember
Mm-hmm.
you damn weirdo. And then Willow says, oh, yeah, well, remember me? And then she does the mind stuff. Like, she sticks her hands in Glory and Tara's heads, which is pretty phenomenal stuff for a girl who was floating a pencil a year before. You know what I mean? Now she's doing
Mm-hmm.
all this like godlike stuff, which is bananas. Awesome though, pretty
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Now, what else is awesome is Glory's gonna face off with Buffy. She needs a brain, and then here comes Buffy in that scene with her arms crossed behind her back. Here is going to be part of the opening credits for the next couple of seasons here, and she says, "Come and get it!" Like Buffy's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the season finale. This is going to be a fight. Now, did you notice that was the Buffybot before it was ultimately shown again? This is a
I'm
Buffybot.
not gonna lie to you, Rob. I didn't. I
The one,
didn't.
yeah,
It got me. It got me.
you're not so really supposed to. The only clue would be the Buffy bot. when Glory's yapping at her and stuff like that, has the line that says, "In your position, I would attack." That's a Buffybot line, 100%. And then also somehow she has the Dagon sphere or it, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good idea. Whip it over. Gloria's like, here's your Dagon sphere, catch. So she catches it, and you can tell it does something to her. At least maybe slows her down, like they were saying again.
Mm-hmm.
But she just crushes the thing. And all this work for a Dagon sphere, something that worked for however long to keep her away before. But now I guess maybe she's so close to her end goal, she just crushes this thing. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, what are you doing? But yeah, maybe it slowed her down enough. Because when these guys fight, they're gonna fight, and it's almost pretty much
Mm-hmm.
one-sided. Now, I do also like how all the minions have surrounded all the mind suck folks to guard the stairs
Mm-hmm.
of this tower, and I don't know why anyone like saying Spike, who has vampire powers, can just
Just like should he can't even
jump,
like fly? Like
yeah,
yeah.
like jump up and
Yeah.
get up the same
But
grade
Rob, you know why he didn't do that? That's pop because the plan wasn't that. The plan
just
was
to slow him down.
yeah, just to slow him down. So they didn't think about that. They were one track minded.
Yeah, the one minion, I can't remember which. I don't know if it was Merc or who it was. I don't think it was Merc, but has the one line that's like we're here at our day of glory. The other one,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty good. He says, yeah, I thought of that. Gets the arrow to the chest again. Love it. Perfect stuff. Now, Tara's waking up after Willow finds her and stuff like that, saying, "I got so lost," with tears in her eyes. Again, crushes you.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone loves Tara. Like you, anyone who's still,
She's such a sweet individual. You
anyone
root
who's
for
like,
her.
if anyone's still like Oz over Tara,
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it at all. And I liked Oz, but just Tara's way better. Now, Gloria's gonna knock the Buffybot's head off.
I'm also never really a big fan of Seth Green. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Seth Green.
Yeah.
Seth Green catches strays here. Like, what's the
Mm.
matter with Seth Green? He
I don't
didn't
know,
do
man.
anything.
I don't know, man. Every character he plays, I'm always like, man, shut up, man. Man,
Wow,
shut up,
we.
man.
Oh my God.
You know, no offense to Seth Green, but every character he play, I'm like, bro, I want to punch you in your face.
Ridiculous, ridiculous. Okay,
Like you remember that movie he was in with Jennifer Love Hewitt and the dude trying to there's a I don't know what movie it was called. I watched it in high school.
it can't hardly wait.
I think it's Can't Hardly Wait. That legend that yeah, he's just trying to have sex the entire movie. I'm like, bro, shut up, man.
It's a teen comedy. That's what he's supposed to be. That guy.
I guess I hate teenagers then.
Oh my goodness gracious! Like the entire just the age bracket,
Yeah,
like
I guess so.
like everything about this show.
I guess so.
Ridiculous, ridiculous.
uh,
So
Continue, Rob.
so we get to the point where Glory, the Buffybot is, all of a sudden just quiet and settled, or talking like this. Glory knocks her head off. I had to rewind it a couple of times. I don't know how many times I've watched this episode,
Mhm.
but I've never like paid attention like I have had to do for the show here. I thought like you could see her do something like this, and then the head flies off the other way. And it's like, come on, like this isn't even close. And I was starting to get mad. It's like, what are you guys doing? How like all these people on set, you couldn't get the fist is going this way, the head's going the other way. What's the deal? And then I noticed there's a very fast foot that kicks the head off. I was like, oh, okay, it was a kick.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that a lot of this makes sense now, and it's very well done. So never mind my little, fisty thing and whatever. But Gloria afterward is saying, "Did anybody know that the Slayer's a robot?" Was also fantastic. Which is we're not gonna get another Glory.
Mhm.
And serious, and it sucks. Anyways, the whole tower fight with Buffy as they're trying to make their way up,
Mhm.
really good stuff. They end up falling off the tower again. Did I say this has some foreshadowing in it? So they fall off the tower.
Mhm.
Buffy falls, lands back first from the near the top of the tower, and she gets up. She's fine.
Yeah, I know one's a god and one's a slayer, but like falling from like an Eiffel Tower s building, wouldn't it hurt? Wouldn't it like just wouldn't like a shoulder hurt? You know what I mean? Like,
She'd be in pain. Now
yeah.
the only thing I'm thinking of is like her sister's up there, the adrenaline maybe taking over, and
Yeah.
she has superhero adrenaline, right?
That's also a good point.
So maybe that's just like, I don't have time for
Yes.
pain. Don't have time for pain. Let's get up.
Yes.
Let's get out of this. Then the silliest part of this entire thing, because Xander hasn't done anything except for hide behind some stuff or whatever when the minions were blocking things. Buffy pushes Glory into a spot, says something. They wait. What are you gonna do? Kind of thing. Here comes a wrecking ball out of nowhere and smacks Glory. She had to push this Glory into this exact spot. The thing would have had to have already been swung up in the air for all these things to work. But we let it go. It's the season finale. Of course it would work. They all had this planned. Fine. It's fine. Anyways, what did you think when you see Doc at the top of the tower? Of all the characters, it's Doc.
I was creeped out. He's always creeped me out.
I'm gonna say
Creepy.
that I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna come up in a minute. So let's put a pin on that creepy point.
Okay.
Also, Willow can now communicate telepathically with Spike at least. Where did she learn this?
That's what I'm saying. That threw me off. I feel like, did I miss an episode? Did I miss something? I don't remember the. If she could always do that, why couldn't they just do that like a two-way radio connective tissue where they can talk to each other during fights like like earpieces? When
It's
did this
some
happen?
it's something that's gonna stay, but it's like she learned it while she was learning robotics or something like that, and learning how to put fingers into people's skulls and stuff like that. Yeah, we should have had more with Willow. Just her level of magical uh, ability. Should see that going up to where she gets these things. She has this and stuff like that. Instead of every once in a while she just gets angry and has lightning. You know what I mean? Because she's gonna go. Wait till next season. Anyways, yeah. Also, like she's saying to him, you got to get moving. There's someone like only her and Spike have noticed. There's a guy up on the tower. He's like, you got to get up that tower,
Mm-hmm.
bub. So it's like, get moving now. And we get another throwback here. Tara and Willow hold hands to knock a bunch of jerks out of the way and stuff like that. It's not quite like a chip machine, but it's a bunch of, well, and I say jerks,
Mm-hmm.
mind eaten jerks. So she clears a spot for him so he can get running up there. So gets to the top. Yes, he's Doc. He's like, why don't you learn how to stay dead? And Doc's saying, well, yeah, you're one to talk. It's like, yeah, you should have said, yeah,
That's a
touche.
good point. Yeah, that's touche.
Yeah,
Yes, touche.
yeah, I get it.
Touche. Touche,
I get it.
Doctor Weirdo.
Thank you for putting me in my place, which I definitely
Mm-hmm.
deserved at that moment. But Doc doing the slip and slide, getting him the knife in the back. The
Mm.
knife, in the, it's not gonna kill the vampire, but it's gonna hurt those
Yeah,
things.
it's a little. Yeah, it's a little annoying.
That hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, and it isn't even just like it's a literal knife in the back. It
Mm-hmm.
isn't like, um, you know, the turn of phrase. Now, the look that Spike and Don share when he realizes he screwed up and he failed again, gut wrenching, like he's all crap. And then Doc just throws him off the thing. So Spike is a vampire,
Mm-hmm.
dead person. He falls from the top of this tower. He gets leveled when he hits the
Mm-hmm.
ground, and he does not get back up. Like, okay, it's just one of those things. It's like, all right, I guess.
Maybe
Vamp-
there were. Maybe he fell on some magical bricks.
I'm saying this. Maybe vampires are bad fallers.
That's
They
also
can,
true.
if they land, I'm sure they'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But he was, maybe dealing with a knife injury in his back. Couldn't figure things out. Just fell. It's terrible. Anyways, Buffy's gonna beat Glory.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally and figuratively, she beats Glory. Buffy has beaten a god basically to death because she beats Glory away. The last image we see of Glory is her face getting pounded on by a god troll hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Beat her up
Glory,
so bad she became Brandon.
Ben,
Ben, sorry. I thought it was Brandon.
beat her so bad he turned into Brandon
Yeah,
Walsh.
exactly.
902 and 902
Yes.
and 0, another popular show at the time. Now, he's going to apologize.
What a crossover.
That's the one we needed to have.
Yes.
Never mind the Dawson one we didn't get. So, Buffy's going to threaten Glory through hands, and then she's like, I'm out of here. It's like, don't you come back. Don't you go after me and mine. Because I got this, this Mjolnir, for God's sakes. I got the power of Thor. So she's like, cool it. I got something to do. So she takes off. As she leaves, we get Giles moving over quite slowly. He looks like carefully. He's asked Ben if he can move. He's like, oh no, I just need a minute. It's like, Buffy, she could have killed me here. Giles says, oh no, 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 no. Au contraire. She couldn't have. Which of course.
What a great scene. This scene's amazing.
Because she couldn't kill you, it would have meant Glory would return, and she'd make both Buffy and the entire world pay for the mercy she shows. Buffy also knows this. She knows that you do this. She still couldn't kill a human being. Well, at least one that isn't a knight that's trying to climb up on your Winnebago. Because she does throw an axe into a man's chest.
Yes, that is true. Which, not cool. Picking and choosing.
No. You know what? That's not a flesh wound. That isn't a flesh wound. It is stuck in there, for God's sake.
He's definitely dead.
Yeah, that guy perished on that highway. I'd like to say he left a family behind, but I think these
they're
solo folk. They're solo folk. They're in it together, not with anybody. You know what I mean? Anyways, Buffy's a hero. It's not like she would go around killing, interns, hospital interns. Then he says, it's not like the two of us. And just the stillness on Giles' face as he smothers Ben to death with his bare hands. Nope, doesn't grimace. He doesn't smile. It's nothing. There's nothing to him.
That's, what that is? That's
calm.
That's Watcher's training. I'm pretty sure when he's in those Watcher, when he was training to be a Watcher and in those Watcher meetings, they tell him like, you're gonna have to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, you know what?
She can't. She can't.
So I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
And then just lie and say he's succumbed to his injuries. That's all you gotta say.
The Watchers have a wet team. We've seen them. They're bumbling. They're bumbling fools. Yeah. Also tried to go against Faith, which isn't smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, so the Watchers are not immune to the occasional murder.
They're fine with it.
Yeah. They're fine with Some of it's justified. I think this one's, unfortunately, with Brandon.
You said it again, which is fantastic.
I mean, Ben. Sorry, Ben. I'm sorry to Ben, but you had to go.
Yep. Bye, Ben.
You had to go.
Bye, Ben. All right. And
we'll feel sad about it. But it was necessary.
I'll feel sad that we don't get Glory. That's the end of Glory.
Yes.
For a good long time, I would think, at least. I think maybe forever. So. This is what I'm going to talk about. When I said put a pin on the creepiness, this is where you see Doc actually cutting Dawn. And he's just saying very quietly, shallow cuts. Very calm, patient, as he's stabbing a little girl. This is easy top 3 creepiest moments in this entire series for me. Yeah, one of them being Kralik. I don't remember him, but Kralik. Speaking of the Watchers, this is in the one where Giles has to feed those drugs to Buffy so she loses her abilities and not tell her. Then they set her into that house with the vampire. That vampire's named Krellick, the one who has all the pictures of her mom and stuff like that. He took with the Polaroids and sings "Hide and seek, hide
Mhm.
and seek." Yeah, that right up there too. There's another scene. There's another bad guy coming up that takes the cake, I think, for all of it. And poor Willow throughout that one too. Poor invisible Willow. Okay. Anyways, the blood has started to come out of dawn.
Mhm.
You know, yeah. Buffy gets to the top. Dawn's yelling at her. Buffy makes a beeline for Dawn. Doc says the same kind of thing he did when with Spike. He's like, "Oh, this should be." Buffy never acknowledges him. I don't even know if she knew he was there. Just instinctively knocks him off the bridge. No more Doc. Well, he lived before. We don't know if he actually maybe dies
Yeah.
here. He's
Or
survived.
or hey, what if he fell on his knife?
Man, he survived a bunch of stabbings before. Maybe it's a
Yeah.
fall. Maybe all it takes is a fall. Maybe it's
Maybe
just
the
fall.
fall from that magical Eiffel Tower shanty is what takes people out.
Yeah, he's not a god or a slayer. Maybe that's all
That's
it takes.
true.
Simple knife pushes, that can't kill him. But a fall from a great height, yeah, maybe that's going to be enough. Now
Hmm.
we get to the end. The portal's opened up here. Just kind of the same way it did with Angel, except this time there's a bunch of creepy demons getting through. Some are getting through pretty fast, and they're already like into things, which is weird. A dragon, you get to see a huge dragon comes out. I wonder if that thing is going to be coming
Pro
into
dragon,
play.
always pro dragon.
Might come into play later.
Hmm.
Also, this thing starts shooting lightning down Main Street somehow.
Hmm.
Uh, poor Anya, gets clobbered by debris. Now, if this was the actual finale, I don't think she lives through this. But since there's we got picked up by another network, she seems just fine
Hmm.
at the end. But Dawn knows what has to happen. She's gonna jump. Let's see. She's figured out this is the only way you have to stop it. It needs the blood. Then we're gonna quick montage here of every time they said about the blood. Her blood being Summer's blood.
Hmm.
Buffy saying she was made out of me. And then, back to the first Slayer. It's like, death is your gift. Death, and then her revealing, death is my gift. It's like, now she gets it. So, that the dawn is rising at this particular point, maybe also probably a little poetic, a little on point, and stuff like that. Now, she says something to Dawn. You don't hear it until after she jumps. And now, after kisses her cheek, she's gonna jump. She's gonna go through this thing. She starts saying, that of course she will always love her, and this is the job that she's supposed to do. You get to see the lightning go through her, like she's Darth Vader. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? This isn't great. So yeah, obviously I think it's the lightning kind of stuff that actually does the damage, not the fall, because we've seen she can handle that like a pro. She's up,
Probably, evaporated her heart,
yeah,
overloaded it.
maybe. So you get to see all the Scoobs surrounding her. Willow beside herself. Xander's carrying Anya, and he's maybe stunned,
Hmm.
but doesn't seem very upset. Which is he I think he took the news of Joyce worse than the news, like actually watching his friend die. Here's
Hmm.
one of his best friends. For
Well,
God's
also too, Rob, for the last 5 years, we've been hearing that slayers don't survive; they
sake.
die.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They may have subconsciously, him and Willow have been like, at one point, we're gonna face a monster that's gonna take her out. We have to be ready for that situation, right? And you know what? She's actually the abnormality, because when we watch Buffy early on, they say slayers usually die within their first 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 years, and 5 years in, still kicking and breathing. You know what I mean? And beating multiple baddies. She took down Angelus. She
Mm-hmm.
took down Spike. You
Yep.
know, you know, two major vampires that have killed multiple slayers.
You're forgetting one. because she also took down the Master. But
Yeah, the master.
the
Yes.
reason she could take down the Master after the prophecy was fulfilled is because Xander saved her life. He brought her back from the dead. She died. He brought her back. This is why I'm so surprised he didn't put Anya down and at least try something. Like, at least show him try something. But he's like, no, we'll just watch. And, Giles finally sees upset. The one that hits the hardest, it seems, is Spike. But Spike is like the super romantic. You know this,
Hmm.
about William. He's a
Hmm.
very, he breaks down the hardest. So, anyways, you hear more from what she was telling Dawn. She tells to tell Giles that she figured it out and that she's okay. Like, she came to grips with it real quick. And she says, "Give my love to my friends. You all have to take care of each other now and be strong." She tells her the hardest thing the hardest thing to do in this world is to live in it. And this is something that Sarah Michelle Gellar said on her little post after Michelle Trachtenberg died, and talking about her, she actually says that little thing. So, it's tough to
Beautiful.
see that in this thing here. She says, "Be brave, live for me." Then you get to see the tombstone, and this is how Whedon wanted it to end. Buffy Ann Summers, 1981 to 2001, beloved sister, devoted friend. She saved the world a lot. Little Whedon speak there at the very end of the tombstone for sure. But yeah, of course, you could feel it's in a voice. I would say that's in Dawn's voice, that thing. But yeah, that's how he envisioned it ending.
Hmm.
Until a certain network pulls up and
Beep,
kind of
beep, beep,
kind of
beep.
saves the day with a
Brinks truck.
yeah, they had a dump truck full of money.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that season, which I what's a good word to say? Maybe a challenging season. It's a challenging season of Buffy. Not many people have it as their favorite. I'll say this. As for the joy, maybe not the most joyous season, but
Hmm.
when it hits, it hits, and it has some great. It definitely has great moments. Has some iconic moments, and
I can't wait to watch.
the episodes. We'll go into that.
Mhm.
Ferris, thank you so much for joining me while we talk. The Gift. Yeah, not just a classic episode of Buffy, but a classic. Having you here just to talk about it. Why don't you tell people what you're up to here on the good old Let's Get Ready Network?
Guys, tomorrow, 3 o'clock Pacific, Good Friends, Better Rivals. Oh no, Angel. We're doing our Angel rewatch. And then 5 o'clock Pacific on our sports channel, Good Friends, Better Rivals. Me and Caleb talk our NFL draft. And then that same day at 7, back on here, we're doing the Pulse, which is our entertainment breakdown show. Me, Adelia, Shug, we'll be talking about the news and notes of the entertainment world.
If it's Friday, it's Ferris. That's for sure.
Yeah, pretty much. And then also watch out for, probably Sunday at 12 o'clock. Me, Adelia, Ryan will be doing a watch along of some golf.
Ah, you
Yes,
know, grab yourself a cocktail,
pretty much.
relax,
Yes.
wear a visor. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Enjoy the outdoors indoors like you should. Yes. So you mentioned tomorrow. It's the Angel season finale. There's no place like Plattsburgh. The end of the Pylea saga. It's a lot of fun, of course. Maybe he gets to have a quick visitor at the end
Mm-hmm.
of this thing too with some news. Over on Good Friends Better Rivals on Monday, I'll be talking with Ryan Christensen about the Stanley Cup playoffs on Playoff Beards. Got a couple other series in the books here now. Half the playoff series are finished by the time we go to air Monday. It'll all be
Mm-hmm.
sorted out. We'll give our predictions for round two, talk about what happened in the first round, which has been pretty fun to watch, considering I have no dog in this fight, and pretty much was going to hate watch the entire thing. At least there's been entertaining games to watch, which is a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Tuesday, the following day, if you hadn't get enough live sports with the Skittle Snark, we've got starting 11. Delia and I will be talking about the English Premier League. and it's down to the wire. A certain team trying to fend off a challenge from City and not bottle the whole thing, but they've got, if they keep winning, just got to keep winning. They got to keep winning. Maybe score more than one goal. I would suggest
Yeah,
maybe
I
try
would.
and get more than
I
one
would. I
goal.
would suggest that absolutely.
Maybe not hope that the other team stumbles and try and just score some goals. It would also help quite a bit. So the bottom of the table also a lot of fun as well. Either Tottenham or West Ham are going to go down. I'm going to be very happy either way. It's the only thing I'm going to be happy about all year, except for certain teams in the FA Cup final as well. And we'll also talk about that team and see if they can get off the schneid, maybe even score a goal for the first time in 5 matches.
Yes.
That's going to be coming up. Well, in the league, that'll be coming up this Tuesday live, 7 o'clock Central Time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Season 6 on its way. Where do we go from here? I wonder. Okay. Till next time, guys. Like, subscribe. We'll see you later.